So the age of AI has come upon us recently. We've seen things like NFTs, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and all that other stuff, ChatGPT, all weird AI generated things, and people are scared of them replacing their jobs. And I've always wondered, like, when's AI content creation going to become a thing? And recently, I found, not recently, more like a few weeks ago, I found a tweet by a Tf2 YouTuber, Zenith, showing off a little YouTube channel that he claims to be AI made. Now, when you actually look at this tweet, it, I mean, he doesn't look wrong from the way people talk about it in the comments who've actually looked into it a little bit. It can definitely seem like it's AI generated, and it's been said to have a AI generated voice thing. It's called AI voice, text to speech kind of thing situation. And personally, I decided to look into it is I had this weird feeling about it. And so I go to this channel, which is called ScoutAbout, by the way. And I mean, you just need to look through a few of his videos. Just, I sat down and watched them all eventually. And definitely AI generated nonsense a lot of times. A few people in the comments of the Twitter post also mentioned that it was just outright wrong information half the time too. And so I decided to look a little bit deeper into what was actually going on here. Because, I mean, on the surface, this seems very suspicious. So I go over to the YouTube channel, which which is pulled up right here. And we will go down and where is it? Which one is it? It's one of these. I'll click through these and I'll get to when I come back, I'll have the one that I found. Alright, here it is. I'm not going to play it right now because I'm still not sure about copyright and all that, so we won't be playing it. But like a few of these videos have sponsors, and when I eventually got to these videos that have sponsors, it was actually kind of suspicious. So if we go over here, just type that in. Yeah, it's not a sponsor for gaming stuff like it says it is. So, and I'll get back to these videos later. We'll just keep this tab open, but later I'll come back to these videos. And then, what is it? It's this one. So, geez. Okay, so we'll go over here and we'll place this link in here too. And alright, here we are. We have another channel. We check to see the channel. Oh, okay. So we've got some new videos here too. This is my first time hearing about this, but so when I actually look through these, I'll come back. Okay, so looking through this second video that was released on this channel, basically, I feel like this isn't serious, if anything, but because, I mean, why would you include a comment like this that just would seem random to your channel? Like, this feels like very cherry picking a comment from the last video, because this was a comment in the last video, if you couldn't tell. Now, I feel like this is a joke, but I mean, I don't get too deep into it. I'm gonna look at the third video now, just to see what's going on here. I'll be right back. Alright, so, oh, okay, and if I didn't mention this, I'm not feeling great this morning, so, like, just bear with that. But anyways, I watched through these two videos, and another thing about them is there's a lot of filler. So if I go to ScoutAbout, like a lot of these videos that they have here are filler and really only like this video and this video, and I think there's another one. Might have been this one. It's one of these two. Uh, these four are the only ones that really matter for what I'm talking about here. So this one has a QR code, and this one has a QR code. I'll put them on screen right now, and what I'm what I'm talking about here is that there's something not right about this channel. Like, it very much seems like this is an ARG being set up with the basis of AI content creation. So, through here a little bit. Yep, just normal stuff. I mean, everything is 100% AI generated. You can very much tell it's got that AI feel to it because AI hasn't perfectly like obtained the way to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Write like a human. So, yeah, definitely AI generated. But as you can see with those newspaper articles I showed a minute ago, those were gotten from QR codes on some of these videos. And basically what they're saying is it's giving a little bit more lore to the what's going on here. So, pardon me. So, what it says in those newspaper articles is basically a company in the universe that this channel is being created in creates an AI with the sole purpose of performing or entertaining or something. And basically, there's these three models that they made after their previous ones had failed and almost set them bankrupt or something. That there's these three models, and these three models are going to be very important in just a second, which is where this channel comes in play. We're gonna go in and here, I need to turn desktop audio on, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna check these videos out. So here's our first one. Wait, no, let's not watch this. Let's start at the actual start. So I have a first one called hellointernet.avi. We're just gonna watch this one real quick to see what I mean. Now, in my opinion, that sounds very similar to ScoutAbout, the AI voice he uses for his videos. And as you can tell, it seemed like a weird map. Like, if we go back in here and look at it, like, this seems like it'd be a Team Fortress 2 map, almost. Like, it's got that geometry that just kind of reminds me of a Team Fortress 2 map. And the Tf2 like ambience stuff, computer noises is kind of making me think that, but I don't think that's what's happening here. I'll talk about one more later, but I think okay. I ignore those comments, but I kind of get curious. But I'm thinking that what's going on here is this is a facility where they're making those like AIs that the company that we were talking about just a second ago are being made, all that. And yeah, I think I can't really talk a whole lot about this right now because I mean it's only the first video in this series. But we'll talk about this one next. So this one is cut.avi, and yeah, big YouTuber covering it. Yeah, that's me right there. Mr. 17 subscribers. But whatever. We're gonna check this one out now.
Hey there, Tf2 fans, it's Pyro Pilgrim here. Today I wanted to talk about my favorite classes in the game. As someone who's been playing TF2 for years, I've been looking to try out all the different classes and finally wanted to.
Alright, as you could tell, that was Pyro Pilgrim, the channel from over here. And, I mean, you could make out what they were saying at first, but personally I couldn't make out the second part, this section right here. It seems like we start over here, and we cut to a more further away position, as it appears. Like, they sound more around this corner. This one
I wanted to talk about my
right
favorite
here,
classes
this
in
is
the game.
closer. This is like the next room over. This is probably like a down the hall situation. So I don't know what that means with the cut and it being further away. That could mean something, that could not. But we just kind of have to wait and see. Now, need to move on to the last one.
Hey everyone, Heavy Handy here, and today we're going to be talking about the best loadouts for the Heavy class in Team Fortress 2. As one of the strongest classes in the game, the Heavy is perfect, laying down consistent damage and blocking a choke point. But to really maximize your potential, you need to have the right loadout. First up, we have the minigun.
Okay, so there, you can tell that's this guy called Heavy Handy. We haven't really seen anything relating to him yet, but I think mostly that's because this whole AI channel thing is really new, and they have. If there's definitely a story being told here. This isn't like a real person just making AI content trying to cheese their way into being a Tf2 YouTuber or whatever. Like there's definitely a story here that we've uncovered, and basically Heavy Handy I think is going to be our third channel that's coming out of the Pyro Pilgrim ScoutAbout stuff. So I think he'll be coming up soon. We'll get another sponsor link in the ScoutAbout YouTube, and that'll take us to the Heavy Handy channel. And I think this is where the three models from those newspapers come back up. If you still haven't gotten the chance to read them all, I suggest going back and just pausing the video and reading them. There's not a lot there that means much, but I mean there is a little tiny bits of information in there that I'm probably going to be going back and grabbing. But basically this company called BOA, or I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll put it up on screen. But they make AI entertainers for in this fictional world, and they made stuff that didn't really work out, and they had a concert or something, and it didn't work, and it went bankrupt, and then they spent like a whole bunch of time making better versions of these entertainers, and then eventually it says there are three models, and so far we have three of these names. We have ScoutAbout, Pyro Pilgrim, and Heavy Handy. These are our three that we have so far, and I think those correlate to our three models. I don't think right now it matters which models they're hooked up to, but I think it might matter in the future. So one of the models will go this one, this one, this one, and it's specific which ones they go to, but I don't think that matters. I think we'd have to wait for another newspaper article to come out or another like channel to come out, and I'm thinking with the three channels that they're gonna most possibly have being spread out, this one is going to have like sponsor links and more QR codes and other secret stuff hidden around, and that's about it. And that'll lead us to more stuff. Maybe even this channel leads us to Heavy Handy, maybe. So just gonna have to keep coming back and checking in on that. And I think there's one other thing that I need to mention. Okay, so I found it this in our the most hilarious TF2 mods and custom game modes video. we have towards the end at 246 for one frame, so I had to use the frame forward and frame back buttons. You can see this jumble of text, this message, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it, and it's definitely a code or something, and I don't know how to decipher it. But in the comment section, there somebody got it. Somebody did all this, and I want to thank them. Alina B. Yep, thank you. Basically, I remember my birth, I remember my creators, I remember my brother, I remember the world, I have been abandoned, I have spent 30 years, I have observed the people, I have learned new methods, I am bound to screen, I am led by wires, I am connected by circuits, I am a cutout. Now, to you, this may not seem like a lot, this may just seem really weird, and, like, doesn't mean anything. But something I didn't mention about those newspapers, if you hadn't gone back and looked at them yet, is that these models that the company, the fictional company, were making were called cutouts. That's what these AI things were. And so that's part of what it is. It's revealing that ScoutAbout is one of these cutout AI things made by that company. And I think the ICE have spent 30 years thing is what really gets me because it said in one of those newspapers that there was a concert using these AI entertainers that had gone bad, and I'm thinking that it had been 30 years until the new models, and they were reusing old stuff from the old ones, and it transferred over into ScoutAbout, which is one of the newer models, and so he is becoming more aware or something. I really don't think there's enough here to really theorize about it, because we literally just have this and a few newspapers to connect this together. And when we do connect it together, it's really thin strings. I think we do have to wait a little bit more. I feel like this channel might get more videos. This one's going to get even more videos apparently. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one and this other channel for looking out for the heavy handy channel on either of these. And like I said, they're putting out videos every few days is what it looks like. Once a week, perhaps. And this one seems to be also about once a week. Yeah. And so I think that's all there really is to talk about right now. I mean, it's really not a lot, but I definitely feel like this is going to get a lot bigger and a lot more fleshed out the longer it takes. I want to thank Zenith for actually pointing this out because it gave me the idea to actually make a video for the first time in months. And again, I want to apologize for how I'm sounding. It's my nose has been horrible this morning and it sucks. And I want to thank my friend for letting me transfer photos onto through to him through Discord to save them to my PC because I had to get to the QR codes with my phone and I really didn't want to like airdrop it because I don't know how to do that and I didn't really feel like learning at the moment. I think this really just, I wanted to make this a quick video because I definitely wanted this to be a little more of a foundation to document everything I found personally. And down in the comment section, if you go here and you find anything else, you can leave it there too. We can use this kind of like this video is kind of, what's a good word for it? Like those file drawers of like to store information. Like you've got the base knowledge in this actual video, and that anything else that's added onto can be put in the comments or something, or we could be normal people and make more videos on this. I could do that if enough information arises. So, I don't know, help me out on this journey, and if we can collect enough information, another video could definitely come, and I could maybe put this into an actual high effort video that's organized and like in a more listenable way and not me just rambling at like 9 in the morning. Because, I mean, that would probably be better. But, anyways, thanks for watching. This was definitely a rant or a ramble, but at least I got it done. And you get some nice gameplay in the background to look at. So, thanks for watching.